How far would you be willing to go for your kids? How much are you willing to endure to do what's right? That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now. An interesting suggestion came up to me, not even today, it was actually yesterday. And before I could even like really think about it, you know, I just kind of had to pause for a minute and really put things into perspective. Like, damn. My lawyer hit me yesterday and was like, yeah, we going through your income and expenses declaration. We got to make some modifications here and there, blah, 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 all this other bullshit, whatever. Rack up the shit so you can get paid. All right, got it, cool. At the end of all of that, he said something interesting. You know, he was like, you know, like the easiest and most cost effective and the simplest thing for you to do to make all this shit go away is to move back to California. Man, listen, I changed my entire life and lifestyle. Sorry for the buzz, I'm like preconditioning my car because I'm heading to the supercharger right now. But I repositioned my entire life to put myself in the best opportunity to win from a career perspective, from the children that I have, you know, with me full time, my two boys, and my woman, even my mom, bruh. Like my move to Dallas, Texas was one, wow, they close out the on-ramp. That's awesome. My move to Dallas, Texas was one of those cold calculated moves to where I did all the math and I put everything together and packaged it all up and really weighed things out. Because I ain't gonna lie, like I'm born and raised in Long Beach, California. You know, I'm a Southern California kid, man. I'm an LA boy. All of that, right? And then I reached a level of where it's like, well, from a career perspective, you know, pretty much all the tech companies are moving to Texas. So I need to be where that's at. From a financial perspective, you know, the benefits of moving to Texas over California are overwhelming as far as like no state income tax. And then, you know, you essentially get robbed in California at 16, 17%, you know, income tax along with your federal. So you really only take home like 40% of your fucking pay. It's crazy. I mean, you name it, bruh. Like, my kids are thriving out here. You know, like my son, my oldest, he's a teenager, he's in high school. And, you know, he's got a network of friends. You know, I have family that reside out here too. You know, and I've been doing this whole play to really move my mom's out here and put her in a position to win as well. Well, if I move back to California, all of those plans get washed. I would have to get a new job because this job requires me to be, you know, around. Like I can't do this job remotely. You know, I would like literally at least have to fly in to handle business. I would have to fly in, bro. And that's not a big deal, all things considered. But then it's like, man, listen. It's a total reboot of everything that I've been working on for the last couple of years. My life is so good out here, man. From the people, where I live, the networking, the things that we do, you know. Like, I feel like my move to Dallas from LA added years to my life. You You know, it's so much. I fly my kids out here. Like, I go pick them up in LA and I get on a plane and come out here, even if it's just for the weekend. That's what we do, because I know it's better for them. You know, like they embrace it. They love it. You know, my oldest, he loves it. He's a teenager. You know, he gonna be a grown man in 3 years. So it's like, I don't know, man. My lawyers is like, look, you know, you can do this and we gonna keep going back and forth for years to come. Or you can move back to California, keep your 50-50 custody, you know, take a reduction in child support, a massive reduction. Like, we're talking like 3 bands off the table. And I don't even give a fuck about the child support, man. Let's keep it all the way real. Like, fuck that child support. I want my kids. Like, I want to spend time with my children, bro. That's really what it comes down to. Like, the more time they spend with her and her shenanigans, they not doing good, man. And they don't know how to process. Like, I got little boys over there too, and they don't know how to process the emotions. My little girl is in shambles. She don't know how to process her emotions. They operate in a state of duress on a regular basis. You know, it's just like, dog, what are we doing? You know? And then my move put a battery in my ex's back, you know, to where she feel like she can jurisdict when and how I can see my kids, depending on how she feel, you know, and whether I'm like, come on, man, this is just dumb. So I gotta weigh this out. You know, I can't just be like, nah, dog, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't moving, man. Fuck all that. Like, I have to consider it, because if I stay out here and we go through all these processes, you know, like, we got court in a couple of weeks, but it's not about custody. It's more about support and her trying to, like, say that I ain't paying and all this other goofy shit. We're gonna squash all of that. But they're also gonna look at how much time I've actually been able to spend with the kids, regardless of her keeping them away. They gonna go off of that shit. So I see her play in that. Like, oh yeah, if I can keep the kids away, I could be like, yo, this shit like 90-10. Like, he barely see the kids. Even though I don't see the kids, you know, due to my own fault, it's because she be keeping them away, and I done fought and did all type of shit to, you know, circumvent that. That's not the deal, though. That's not the problem. You know, they're gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, it's 90-10, then we gonna base support based on that. Man, fuck all that. It should be 50-50. If I move back to California, it's 50-50. And then the funny thing is, it's like, when you think about it, it's like, all right, let's just say I move back to Cali and I get a spot across the street from my kid's school, right? What's gonna keep this goofy woman from packing up and moving again like she did before? Now remember, let's rewind real quick. I lived minutes away from the kid's school, which was not too far from where she stayed, which was not too far from where we were before we got divorced. So I decided to stay in the area so that way I could be there for the kids. That was the only reason. We was in Irvine, California. Expensive as all fuck. Everything about Irvine is expensive, from the fucking power bill to the whatever you paying as far as rent or mortgage. It don't matter. That shit is high. Cost of food, high. Tesla supercharger, high. Like, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So to turn around and be like, all right, let's go ahead and go back to that. What's gonna stop her from getting up and moving like she did before? Because the court didn't bat an eye at that shit. She decided that she got into a relationship with her ex, you know, like they were supposed to get married and all this other stuff, her words, and she moved 2 hours away without the court's permission. Now, as adults, you can move wherever the fuck you want to move, but you can't take the kids with you. She did that shit anyway, and the court didn't say nothing about it. Didn't give a fuck. Even proposed like, oh, well, since she's over there, and if you're not gonna move out there, like, the fuck, why the fuck should I have to go chase her around in order to see my kids, man? That's ridiculous. That's that California shit for your ass, though. Oh, just go chase your fucking ex-wife around, look like a fucking stalker, just because you want to have a relationship with your children. And if she decides to get up and move and all of that, you need to be able to pivot and be, you know, flexible to do that. Man, fuck all of that. That's crazy. I'm not doing none of that, bro. And so I didn't do that then. And so I ended up having a big ass empty house, because when she moved, she stopped letting me see the kids. She said, fuck it. Her ex was going to be their new daddy. And she gonna instill a bunch of lies to these kids and be like, yeah, you know, your daddy don't care about you. He got a new family over here and da-da-da-da-da. Come on, bruh. Like, I don't even, man, listen. I don't know why. Why are we dealing with this nonsense? Actually, I don't even want to get off at this supercharger, bruh. I want to go to the other supercharger on Park Lane. Yeah, I want to go to that one over there. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that's the one I want to go to. So yeah, man. So I'm like looking at everything holistically for what it is. And I'm saying to myself, like, bro, like, is it really worth moving back to California to be with my kids? And what's gonna stop her from doing the same shit again? Like, I fly out every weekend to see my kids, and it's a crapshoot on whether I'm gonna see them or not. You know, luckily, my oldest with her, he's got the wherewithal to sit up here and be texting me and let me know, like, all right, Dad, like, this is what she thinking. This is probably what's going on. You know, either we down or we not. So he been giving me a heads up, but then it's like, what's gonna stop her from doing that shit again? What's gonna stop her from being like, oh, this nigga moved back to California, oh, he's stalking me? Like, the fuck are we doing here, man? Like, it's almost like I can sit up here and uproot my life, get back to Cali and do all of that, and on paper and in a court, yeah, everything's all good. But the reality is I'm still not gonna see my kids. She gonna be even more mad, like, oh shit, not only is this nigga back, but I'm paying less child support, you know, but she ain't gonna like that. And I'm gonna be pushing to see my kids more because we gotta go back to alternating weeks. So the fuck are we doing? Like, she ain't gonna be with none of that, bruh. Like, let's just keep it all the way real. She ain't gonna be with none of that. And sorry the camera moving. I'm like busting U-turns on freeways and stuff trying to get to the supercharger. But man, what do y'all think I should do? And would you do it? Because at the end of the day, it's still no guarantee that I'm gonna be able to see my children. There's no guarantee. This woman can sit up here and decide whether, you know, she gonna allow me to see these kids or not. And there ain't nothing I can fucking do about it. Not a fucking thing. So, y'all let me know, man. I'm just at one of those things to where it's like, look, I popped up in the office today, essentially show my face, shake hands and kiss babies and all of that. And then I just thought about it, you know, and I look at my situation and how good my life is here and how blessed I am to be in the position that I'm in right now. You know, it's just like, and the career path goes crazy. Like, the career path goes crazy. I don't know, crazier than this camera moving around. But I don't know, like, yeah, I'm willing to crash out for my kids. But to what degree, man? Because there's really no, like, there's nothing that's gonna guarantee that I'm gonna be able to really have the life I want to have with them. You know, and I even brought this up with my girl last night, man, and I was just like, look, you know, this is what it is. What should we do? Blah, 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 blah. And she like, listen, whatever you want to do, we on board. You know, we 100% rocking with you no matter what it is. You know, and that's the thing, like, she's successful in her own right, which means that she would have to give up all the awesome stuff that she got going on out here and her friends that she's developed out here. You know, like, we would have to basically reroute everything and start our lives over again, you know, in Cali. And yeah, we're both from Southern California, fine, but we've built a great life out here. You know, we live well, we eat good, like, our life is awesome out here. You know, like, our kid is thriving. to take all of that and uproot it and start over. And you know, she got her licenses and all this other stuff that she's been working on developing out here and getting all that stuff done. She would have to basically be like, okay, we're done with all of that and we're back to Cali. Like, that's not even fair to her, bro. So I don't know, man. What y'all think? What do y'all think, honestly? Like, would it be worth moving back to Cali and going back and doing all of that? Or should I just stay where I'm at and fight the good fight from here and try to get them kids out here? Because the way my lawyers be talking, they like, look, the way California's set up, them kids ain't, you know, they not gonna relinquish jurisdiction over them kids. They want them kids in Cali. Fuck, bro. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know. It's just some fucking bullshit altogether.